Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. In today's readings we are doing what is the potential of this relationship. I'm seeing the first card coming through. We are going to draw 3 cards, also 3 runes and 3 charms. I am seeing this too. We are looking for card number 3 for reading number 3, and this is the one. Okay, so let us have a look and see. We have reading number 1, Jupiter. We have reading number 2, Pluto. We have reading number 3, Virgo. Okay, so what is the potential of this relationship? Let's draw some runes and also some charms. Do the charms first for you. Reading number 1, we have the Tudor Rose. Reading number 2, we have the Butterfly. Reading number 3, we have the Bicycle. How interesting. How very interesting. Let's look at our runes. Okay. Reading number 1, we have the rune of movement. Reading number 2, we have the rune of journey. Reading number 3, we have the rune of wholeness. Okay, so wonderful friends, I will leave the video running for a few moments longer. I'll put the timestamps in the description box and in a pinned comment for you, so that if you're using a phone, it's much easier to access those timestamps. Take as long as you need. And if there's more than one relationship that you are thinking about, that you wish to inquire about, then focus on one of those people, one of those relationships first, and see which of the readings you're drawn to. And if you find when you are thinking about one person that you're drawn to more than one reading, it may be that there is more than one message coming through about that particular relationship and its fullest potential as well. So trust your intuition, sit with the cards, the runes and the charms as long as you need to. I will leave the video running for a good little while first before moving into the readings. See you in just a moment. Tons of love. Welcome, reading number 1. You have been guided to this reading by Jupiter, your confidence, courage, self-belief and luck. We have the rune of movement. This is the gathering of momentum, the bettering of any situation. And we have the Tudor Rose. So let's just draw some oracle cards. Then we're going to actually use 3 different sets of tarot cards today as well. We'll draw, there's your first card. Very interesting. You have the card of club showing itself visibly. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Now this is very interesting because the card of Jupiter is about freedom. It's about needing to have your freedom. Okay. Now, of course, the Tudor Rose does connect to the War of the Roses. Historically here in the UK, there was a lot of dominance, a lot of power issues. Let's draw a second tea leaf card. Here's your Oh, you have two, so we'll just use these, I think. Okay, so you have the Sun and you have Pale. Time to get out of a situation, happiness and well-being. Okay, so we're seeing the bettering of any situation. We're seeing liberation, confidence, freedom. And we also have, look at this, the card of confidence. Wow. Okay, let's draw tarot cards. Now, I'm going to use 3 different packs. We're going to take this card and this one. How interesting that confidence is really coming through here. And I'll leave these till last. Let's just have a look at these first. You have the Hermit and you have Justice. Ooh, look at this 7 of Wands and the 2 of Swords as well here. This is a really interesting row of cards. Let me move those over for us. Okay. Right. Time to get out of a situation, happiness and well-being. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. What is the potential of this relationship? I actually do feel this is a relationship that you are going to need to move away from. Reading number 1, I'm really, really sorry to voice it. This may be the confirmation you're needing. I have to read it as I see it, and I will draw some more cards. But I feel this is a reading where you are needing to find your freedom, having the confidence and the self-belief to move beyond something, sort of through the labyrinth. I always feel with the card of the Hermit, I always feel that when I draw the card of the Hermit, it's like there is a guide. You're being guided through something. I feel as though this is a relationship where you're almost having to protect yourself. It's like this is somebody who, I want to say, I actually think maybe they maneuver. They're quite clever at maneuvering things. I feel like you've begun to protect yourself, almost to defend yourself, shut down. Not shut down as such. I don't feel you are shut down. Inside you have confidence. But I do feel you are retreating into yourself and probably working quite hard to work out how to navigate things. And this reading is really saying, look, it's reached a point here where there's a need to recognize if you continue to invest in something, or you continue not to look at something, not to see something, that, this is not, your happiness and well-being are at stake here. There is time to come through this. The War of the Roses, there was a lot. The War of the Roses came about, I think I connect it to power struggles, really. The Tudor Rose. Here in the UK, it was the time when I think the Catholic Church was the prevailing sort of religion, or the prevailing dominant power orientation in this country, here in the UK, going back to those times. And then King Henry VIII set up the Church of England, irrespective of any form of religious affiliation. What we're talking about is one power structure being overcome by another power structure. There was effectively a civil war, so there was a lot of fighting, a lot of conflict. I'm seeing you rising above this, having the confidence, the self-belief to find your way through the labyrinth, to know what is right. And irrespective, I also want to say, irrespective of opinions of others, to sort of take the veil off. I think I'm going to say as well, gosh, I do have to say how it is, and I'm really sorry that you're experiencing this, reading number 1. But this is a situation or a circumstance where I want to say, there's a saying, isn't it, when people say, oh, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I feel there could be a front to the world, and people don't really know how things are for you. People don't really know what goes on behind closed doors. There may be a front that looks okay, but actually it, you know, within a closed environment, within the actual connection with this person, I think you're feeling quite significantly as if you have to defend yourself, even if it's just a retreat. You know, the hermit speaks of retreat sometimes, retreating into yourself, retreating into your own bubble, your own space of safety. It really is a time when things are needing to be kind of addressed. I'm going to draw more cards. May we have more information for reading number 1. I am really saddened about this, because most of us will always really hope that whatever connection, whatever relationship, whatever this relationship is, whatever area of your life, I think we all kind of hope our relationships will always work out in every possible way. Page of Wands. But of course, sometimes part of the learning, the karmic journey, is actually to learn to say no, to walk away, to have the self-confidence to know, yeah, to rise, to leave, to rise above, to hold the truth, have the courage of our own self-belief and trust. How interesting. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands. Here we have this card here. Okay. This is the Two of Wands. Interesting, we have the Ace and the 2. And I feel I want to take the card from the bottom of the pack here. Queen of Cups, yes. The card that is at the base of the matter is the Queen of Cups, who really is all about emotional self-care, emotional well-being, filling up your cup so that you have plenty to give. This is very interesting. What we're seeing here, I feel, is a progression through and beyond something here. I do think this does happiness and well-being. I mean, what an affirmation. I do think this reading is saying, look, the potential of this relationship is actually not great. Its best potential is the learning curve that comes from making clear decisions. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, it's like taking action, being clear, but being prepared to take that step, being prepared to follow through, having the mental clarity to make a clear decision and stick to it. I think in your heart, you've known this is sort of coming. But I think you are someone who, when you give fully of yourself. You really do. You commit. You give fully of yourself. But the bettering of any situation, the rune of movement, is connected here to having courage, self-belief and good luck, and experiencing the freedom. Jupiter energy is all about freedom to be yourself, freedom to, you know, a true relationship of any, whatever the connection is, you should be free to be yourself. You shouldn't be feeling limited or as if you have to withdraw yourself in some way, shape or form, or you have to sort of hold your heart in the dark. It is interesting, I can see there is a lot of dilemma here, because I think you believed that this had a great deal of potential. You viewed it as a relationship of potential. You viewed it as a relationship where almost, you know, one of those situations where you think, I mean, for some of you, this will have been a romantic, or this is indeed a romantic connection. For others, it's not a romantic connection, whatever it is, whatever the dynamic. But it's kind of that feeling of, on the surface, you would think that this could could be amazing. It could, you know, produce everything. You could kind of have the world. And yet somehow it never quite, it's like it's full of promise that never quite delivers. You know, it should have been easy. It should have been flowing. It should have been loaded with potential. But actually it isn't. It's like nothing quite comes through. Your reading is very, very clear, reading number 1, and I am really sorry that this is the case for you. But the learning curve, the silver lining, is about you knowing with confidence that you have the right to choose. You don't have to stay in something that isn't really singing for you. Even if you thought it was going to, it's really, you know, these 2 cards are so clear. The club card, someone will try to make you do something against your will, time to get out of a situation. I mean, this is, we are talking about somebody who ultimately they're not supporting your happiness and well-being. Everything in this reading is about liberation, freedom, rising above, really seeing it for what it is, taking off the blindfolds, knowing that things need to be, you know, brought to a head and sorted out. What is really interesting is that I am not seeing any major difficulty arising from this beyond your own disappointment, which is fair comment, and I'm guessing you're already processing this. I'm not actually seeing major challenges in the outcome of this. You know, sometimes we can worry that if we are around someone who has in the past maneuvered, manipulated, put us under pressure, or we feel pressured and, you know, we want to kind of walk away from it, but we're fearful that there'll be repercussions. I'm not seeing any repercussions, which is really lovely. I think it will just be a relief. It will be, gosh, actually, I don't feel like I'm seeing any comeback from this beyond your own sense of freedom, liberation, relief, and actually now you can start to look after you. I'm seeing only a greater sense of clarity, a greater sense of direction and purpose, almost as if your choices are going to be honoured in a very big way. I think circumstances are showing you very clearly that it's time for a new beginning, a new start, that's what we're seeing here. Even the Hermit, you know, has the scythe, which is of course often depicted with the card of death, and the Grim Reaper who actually culls the old in order to bring in the new. But showing the way, making a clear cut. I think that's what we're being shown here as well, reading number 1. Make it clear, make it crisp, make it clean. Be decisive. Don't procrastinate or deliberate. You don't even, I even want to say, you don't even actually have to really give lengthy reasons. I think you're the kind of person, because there's a lot of honour around you. That's what I'm feeling. There's a lot of honour around you. You know, your confidence, your courage, your self-belief, and indeed your luck are associated, I think, with your integrity. There's a lot of Jupiter energy around you. Truth, honesty, justice. And I think because of your integrity, there's a leaning for you to sometimes be the kind of person who will feel like you have to give a detailed explanation as to why you're going to do something, rather than just saying, look, this is my decision, this isn't really working for me, I wish you all the best. You know, that's it. You might try to justify it, to sort of say, well, actually, you know, I'm thinking this and I'm thinking that, trying to sort of close it down but the moment you justify something, it's almost as if you're on the back foot, as if you're explaining to somebody why you're making a decision rather than just making the decision. And this is somebody who I don't think is really actually going to hear that. because this is somebody who maneuvers things, and we need to hold no judgment towards them. You know, we don't have to judge that, we just simply have to be aware of it. This is a time to not sort of offer all sides of the story. It's a time to be really clear cut about this and just say, do you know what? You know, thanks but no thanks. This really isn't actually working for me. I've given it a lot of thought and this is my decision. Without, oh, I'm thinking about this and because of that, and I'm wondering if we could talk about this. I mean, you know, the kind of stuff. I will share something with you. I don't always share personal things. I share lots of stuff to do with counselling theory and psychological and emotional things. For anyone new to our lovely channel, the Moon Magic channel, I worked as an accredited counsellor for over 28 years. Now my calling is really to do this kind of work. But I do sometimes share personal stories. I actually met up with a friend that I had met as a teenager. I knew him as a teenager. He moved away, and then 30 odd years later, more than that, I think I was probably in my 40s, yeah, whenever a teenager, do the maths another time. I was never good at maths. Anyway, whenever we re-met in my 40s, it was quite funny. He gave me what I consider to be a really sound piece of advice. His observation to me, we spent a few weeks together just having a really good catch up as he was travelling on his travels and stayed in my home for a short while. And his observation to me was, Jenny, there are lots of people around you who are taking more than they ought to. And he said, your trouble is, he said, I have a golden rule. I have 3 strikes and they're out. This was his golden rule. He said, if somebody manipulates or maneuvers or takes more than they should or they're disrespectful, 3 strikes and they're out. And I thought, well, that's quite harsh. There's no negotiation in there. And he said, I'm not suggesting you adopt my 3 strikes and they're out mode. But he said, Jenny, you're 100 strikes and you're still going back to say, can we talk about this? Can we work it out? And he was actually really, really right. 100 strikes in and I'm still going back at that time in my life and saying, oh, could we talk about it? Could we do this? Justifying my position rather than just saying, this isn't working for me. I wish you well, send you love, but this isn't right for me. I'm moving on. Thank you very much. Goodbye. I wish you well, whatever it is. And actually, I have never forgotten his advice. And I can't say that I'm a 3 strikes and someone's out, but I am now very, very discerning, and discernment has been a very big part of my own personal growth and learning. So I voice it because there's something of that flavour here. And this reading is saying very clearly, you have the right and entitlement to liberate yourself, to free yourself. You don't have an obligation. You don't have to justify yourself. It's time to kind of cut the cord. There is evidence around you very clearly where you are already starting to retreat and feel as though you're trying to find a way through this and you're not able to find a way through this. Those conversations aren't working out, they're not happening. That is evidence for you. And this reading is really saying this isn't a time to deliberate, procrastinate. It's time just to be decisive and move to a place where you can fill up your own cup and look after your own self-care. I'm really sorry that the potential of this relationship isn't brilliant. But interestingly enough, there is a massive element of growth here and learning for you. And I don't know, if I use me as an example, setting me on a pathway to discernment has been one of the many aspects of life-changing growth for me. And now I have people in my world who are absolutely awesome and amazing. And I'm very, very clear. And I'm able to be clear and confident about my choices and decisions. And it did take a bit of learning and a few hiccups along the way. But interestingly enough, the hiccups, I'm grateful to those people because they were a part of my learning curve and a part of who I have become now. Reading number 1, I am sending you all the love in the world. Tons and tons and tons of love to you. The biggest hug ever. Your reading is very clear. Super Souls, if you would like to always get my readings, never miss a reading, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should never miss any. I post readings on Tuesday, on Friday, sometimes on Saturday, and always on Sunday, with weekly guidance from Spirit, where we look at the message that Spirit wishes to give you right here, right now, with the heads up about the coming 7 days. So do watch out for those and all the other pick a card readings with that answer very specific questions. You know, such as, is this person trustworthy? What's the potential? Is it a yes or a no? I post loads of these, and I also put them in a timeless readings playlist. So if you're ever having a wobble, it's a resource, access it. There's also, I have a free library. I do a ton of stuff. I do all my zodiac sign readings on Patreon, which is a different site altogether. It relies on donations, but there are no adverts. So beautiful reading number 1, people. I'll put all the relevant links to anything and everything in the information box below, and in the post, in the pinned comment as well. Tons and tons and tons of love to you. Hey, reading number 2, welcome. So you have the card of Pluto. It's very interesting. We have Pluto, which is symbolic of transformation, and we have the butterfly of transformation as well. Your ability to transform, take a big leap forward, and rebirth. And we have the rune of journey. So this looks to be already a relationship of transformation. We are asking, what is the potential of this relationship for reading number 2? May we be shown what is the potential of this relationship for reading number 2. Let's see what our oracle cards are showing us first. So first of all, we have the card of union. How interesting. Very powerful union. There's a lot of passion in this card. A sense of new beginnings as well. I'm thinking this person is quite new to you, relatively new to you. You have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. You have broken wishbone, and which is the card which says wish will not be granted. And then you have the pin, a new job or a career. Okay, these are a very interesting set of cards here. I'm going to draw tarot cards as well. We're going to use 3 different packs today. Okay. We have the card of the Hanged Man. We have the Page of Cups, and we have the 6 of Wands. This is a card of victory. I feel you're going to have to overcome something in order to, something's going to need to be overcome in order to arrive at a place of victory, a place of success. It's as if there is something in the way of this relationship currently moving forwards. And yet we see success, victory, transformation. So something around you is holding it back or getting in the way. What else are we shown? Let's use this pack next. May we ask, please, for reading number 2, what is the potential of this relationship? This is interesting. I'm seeing this card was left here. I'm going to take this too. Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Tower, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. How interesting, reading number 2. What I'm feeling is that there is something has gone astray. Something's broken, something hasn't been fulfilled, or it didn't work out, or there's been an argument or a block or a challenge. Something's got in the way of this. Could even be that, you know, maybe if this is a personal relationship, maybe there has been an issue of work getting in the way, your work-life balance. But it does feel more than that, actually. But there is, what we're seeing here is the ability to come through this and out the other side. It requires observation, reflection, communication as well. This can be transformed. This can be rebuilt. The Tower is a card that speaks of sort of regeneration. Again, regeneration with Pluto. Regeneration with, it's like building from the wreckage. It's as if the tower falls, but all the materials are there and we can recycle them and build something new. So there is some reflection needed here. We do see victory, and we do see that this is actually a relationship worthy of investing in, interestingly enough. Most definitely. Now, if this is a working alliance, it may be that something has been offered to you and you're thinking it's not really what you were looking for. If you're talking about a working relationship, again, there's a block, there's a problem. There's been either a difference of opinion, or you thought you were applying for something, or you thought that somebody was going to work with you in a particular way, and that has been broken, it's been changed, the contract's been changed or altered. Something has blocked this. Something has got in the way. If it's a personal relationship, it could just be that there's been an argument, a disagreement, or a falling out, or even a feeling that a feeling that something can't be overcome. But everything in this reading number 2, is suggesting that this can be sorted out. This can be sorted out, and it can be moved forwards. Interestingly enough, what this is surfacing and bringing to me, for anyone that is new to my readings, I worked as an accredited counsellor, a psychotherapist, for over 28 years. I have a free online library, and I've spoken about this in a couple of other readings when it's been relevant. In my free online library, there is a particular section called non-defensive communication, and it's basically like a little mini course on how to handle difficult conversations. Now, I'm not suggesting there is going to be a difficult conversation to be had, but for some of you, if there is, this will help you to approach the conversation, the moving this forwards from a non-defensive position. What's coming to mind is one of the videos. I mean, it really is like a little mini course to handle potentially quite emotionally laden or difficult conversations. But in one of the videos, I speak about taking an ownership. Page of Cups. I'm really seeing you reflecting and taking an ownership of moving something forwards and thinking very clearly, being very clear in your communications. Queen of Swords, she's very crystal clear. She's quite logical. She's able to distance herself from emotions. And if something is really viewed, the Hanged Man is often a state of, it can be stuckness, but it simply means something needs to be identified and moved forwards. And in that particular video that I'm thinking of, I speak about the way in which we can own something. So if you're getting, let's say excuse my language, but if you're pissed off with somebody, a way of navigating that or opening up the conversation might be to say, I'm having a problem with something, and rather than, and you are really pissing me off, which doesn't help because they will then be defensive back to you. If, rather than pointing a finger, if we sort of say, look, I'm having a bit of a problem and I'm wondering if you could help me with it. And it's such a different approach because it opens a doorway where the other person is almost certainly going to say, well, yes, of course, I'd love to. And then you can sit down and say, look, I'm finding myself feeling really uncomfortable about something or a little bit unhappy about something. And you can take it from there. I feel as if you can build something from this. We're seeing this very clearly, and the compliments from an admirer. I think this is about, a bouquet is often given, isn't it? It's a gift. It's a gift of, it's like an offering, even a peace offering. You can definitely do something with this situation, whether it is personal or work. You can transform something, and this is actually worth it. This reading is suggesting this is a relationship that is worthy of investment. Something good or solid can grow. We have a card of victory. Let's draw some more cards just to see, can we be given more information Okay, I think we'll sit with those. I feel this top one, I don't know if you saw that in the corner of the camera, but a card on the top also slid itself forward, so we'll also take that too. Gosh, and here we have, it's that Dark Night of the Soul card, the 9 of Swords. So and we have the Tower again. Look at this. I mean, just amazing, just amazing. What I'm seeing is, it feels for me as if your perspective or your perception of someone has been shattered. Now, it may be that you did have quite an idealized view of this person. It may not be the case, but for some of you, you may have had quite an idealized view of them. You might have, you know, the Page of Cups is based on the figure here is Narcissus, you know, and so this card brings a multitude of layers of meaning into our readings. Sometimes it indicates somebody who's quite narcissistic, but in its form here, what I'm really seeing is of you being able to look at what's really going on. It may be that somebody has behaved selfishly. It may be that somebody overlooked you. There's something very personal, even if it's a working situation. And yeah, I feel your perspective of this person, your viewpoint got shattered really. But what we are seeing here as well, we have the High Priestess. So there's something that can be learned from this as well. This is a situation where there is the potential for learning, the potential for moving something forwards. There's gain in it. Something can be established, even if this is a situation or a relationship. I'm going to say where you part company, although I'm not really seeing it, because look, we have the 10 of Cups. But if it was a situation where you decided to part company, you would then remain good friends. It's almost like if you were involved in, let's say, the separation or even a divorce. This is suggesting that regardless of the breakup and the challenging communications, you're going to come out of this in a good place. We have the 10 of Cups here. You're going to be good friends at the end of it. Ace of Wands, there's opportunity here for new beginnings. We have the King of Cups and the High Priestess. So however we look at this, we've got a favourable outcome. Whatever the scenario, whatever the connection to this relationship is, whether it's you overcoming something and coming back together in unity, we're seeing this is going to get sorted. If you are navigating a working alliance, it's going to get sorted. We've got new beginnings. We have King of Cups. I feel like you're being toasted here, celebrated, crowned as the person who's able to come forward and say, do you know what? Can we talk about this? Can we sort this out? How about we approach it this way? We're seeing a positive union, whatever the outcome. So the Rune of Journey is interesting, because the Rune of Journey is a rune that says, journey within and remove the obstacles that sit within you that are stopping you from making progress. And then it's like removing obstructions, moving things out of the way so you can transform. So something is actually very positive here in this reading, even though we're seeing conflict around you right here and right now. So reading number 2, your message is very, very clear. This is not as whatever's happening, that the fallout, the difficulty, the lack or the miscommunication, this can be sorted, it can be established, and it's okay. It's all going to be good. This is all going to come out in a good way. Even though it feels as if it's broken, you're going to rebuild, literally rebuild from the wreckage, but you know, whatever it is, whether it's a teensy falling out or something that's feeling stuck, it feels bigger than that. We've got the 9 of Swords. This is really giving you, it's one of those scenarios that's keeping you up at night, but it can be talked through, and you yourself can initiate those reflective conversations, those openings, and we are seeing success happiness, contentment, so much potential here in the Seven of Pentacles as well. Actually, look at this. I can bring all these cards down so you can actually see them, bring them into view. I didn't really realise we had so much space here. I'm putting cards on top of cards when we could see them, and it is really interesting when you look at the cards in their kind of lines here. I mean, look at this fabulous outcome. I feel we should draw another card to sit here actually, but look at this fabulous outcome: victory, contentment, happiness, union, and look at this beautiful oak tree growing. So whatever has caused this to falter, to be a problem, we're seeing absolute success. The stuckness is actually going to be celebrated. It needs to be viewed objectively. Very interesting, the High Priestess in this particular card. I always think in this particular pack, although she's kind of thoughtful, she kind of looks slightly grumpy as well. I feel that maybe, yeah, I just feel someone's basically pissed you off, and it's bothering. It's really bothering you. But this can be sorted and it can be established in a really good way. So that's fantastic. Let's draw, I'm going to say draw one more card. As I have picked up this pack, one has remained. So I think this is ours. King of Coins. Lovely. Isn't that fantastic? We have the King of Cups and the King of Coins. If this is a working alliance, this is going to, you're going to get through this, and the outcome means you're going to work really, really, really well together. It's kind of like renegotiating the contract between you, as it were, and arriving at a place. We're seeing success. This is absolutely rubber stamping it for me. Again, even though it feels like something broke, it's one of those scenarios where when something breaks, we can fix it, and the end result is even better than what we had imagined we were trying to get to in the first place. So this is super lovely. It's very clear. It could not be clearer. Reading number 2. I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you for joining me for this reading, and yeah, I'm rooting for you. You can change this, you can turn this around. It's very, very clear, and it will be, yeah, your ability to transform, take a big leap forwards, send out the olive branch, send the flowers, move something ahead. You can do it, and the outcome will be bigger and better than you could ever have believed, which is just absolutely fabulous, absolutely wonderful. I'm sending you all the love in the world. If you would like to never miss a reading, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream as soon as I upload them. I post readings usually every Tuesday, every Friday, sometimes on Saturdays too, and always on a Sunday. The Sunday readings are very special. They are readings that ask for immediate information, a message from spirit right here, right now, with the heads up about the week ahead, so you can really be supported in navigating the week. And the other readings I do are generally answering very specific questions, asking specific questions, and so they are timeless, of course. And I put these other readings into a timeless readings playlist, and it's there as a resource. My library is there as a resource. I also do my all zodiac sign readings on Patreon too. It's a different platform. It works on donations, but there are no advertisements. So I will put all the links to anything and everything that might be helpful to you in the description box, along with the timestamps and the cards I'm using. And I will also post them into a pinned comment for phone users to find easily as well. Reading number 2, I'm thrilled that this is going to work out, or this is certainly what we're being shown in your reading today. So yeah, don't worry, don't let it get you down. Move yourself forwards, take time, process what you need to, and then make that step ahead, make that forward motion, you know, offer that gesture, and we're seeing success, success, success. Tons of love to you. Welcome, reading number 3. Now, you already have the card of Virgo and the bicycle and the rune of wholeness, suggesting that this relationship that we are inquiring about today, there is a pathway it must follow. This card says the energy around you is dutiful, hesitant and humble, with a discriminating, diligent and painstaking air. This is the path you must follow, and the bicycle is suggesting, again, moving forwards, a journey, a pathway to follow. Let's see what we are shown. We have the card of confidence. That is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's see what tea leaves are shown for you. Okay, I think we'll do 3. Seems to be what we are being shown for these readings. So we have needle and thread. Oops, a sincere wish will be granted. Okay, focused, diligent, taking your time, being clear and precise. And what else do we have? Plenty of material things, bowl and boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. I need to say that for those of you who are inquiring about a working relationship, this is looking full of potential, absolutely loaded with potential. Have confidence in this relationship. Have confidence in what you can achieve. Be prepared to work at it, the Virgo energy. Be prepared to work diligently. Be prepared to be painstakingly careful with what you are creating and what you wish, because we are seeing fertility, plenty of material things. What I will say though, likewise, if this is a more personal, intimate relationship, it does suggest that this reading is suggesting that there is a pathway to follow together. It may even be at a level of soul, that there is work for you both to do together. Let's draw more cards before we say any more. Okay. Let's see this one. And this. Okay. I get the impression this is just what's really coming through as I'm sitting here reading number 3. This is a relationship that needs to move forwards. I won't say carefully, that's the wrong word. It doesn't feel in any way as if it's lacking in joy, but just steadily, careful, steady progress, not rushing into it, taking your time. Yes, lovely. Look at that. Oh, look at that. 6 of Wands. Public recognition. This is a card of victory. It's also a card of public recognition. I wonder, when we said, you know, maybe there is work for you to do together, I wonder if this is a card where actually you are coming together literally with purpose. You could be quite publicly visible in some way, shape or form. Yes, 8 of Pentacles. And this, for me, we are seeing your ability again to manifest a lot of things together. We have the 2 of Swords. How interesting. We have the Hanged Man, the Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Queen of Wands. How interesting, reading number 3. Have confidence in this relationship. Have confidence in your ability to manifest actually what you want to manifest together. There's a real strength in this reading. There's a real strength in this relationship. If this is potentially a business partnership, I think you will be extremely successful, potentially in a publicly visible way. I think you can manifest literally whatever you want from a material perspective. If this is a love interest, I think it's highly likely you will work together. You may end up, if you are in the early stages of a love relationship, you may actually end up literally working together, running a business together in some way, shape or form. We're seeing both of you able to handle those leadership. If you are a couple, let's say this is your relationship here, either working or indeed an intimate relationship. You could hold quite a senior position in your community as you work together. But there's some doubt around this at the moment. For some reason, there is some doubt around you. And I'm not sure why, because this is suggesting tons of confidence. Why are you doubting this? Why are you hesitant? Is it because it's not moving fast enough for you? Is it because you can't? Yeah, maybe it's not moving fast enough. This is a connection that needs to grow steadily. That's really coming through. Steady, real, joyous, just lovely. Knight of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups. Again, look at the choices. The cups full here of all the different things that you can have. This is an incredibly successful union. The Chariot. Partnership, again, I'm seeing. See the two lions here, the two horses here. This is a really successful, very interesting as I look at the Two of Swords. There's a meeting of minds as well here. You share a lot in common in your ways of thinking, the way that you handle things, I think, is partly what's going to be at the root of your success. I think you both have an ability to see how to overcome things. And I think together you are, well, you're a force to be reckoned with. But I don't mean in a negative way. I mean in a genuinely solid, real way. You are a force to be reckoned with. All I can say, reading number 3, is success here in absolutely every possible way. The key, though, is to take your time. That saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. And actually, if you're going to build an empire, I'm going to use that word because I think you had the ability, from a material perspective, to be so successful. I mean, really, really, really successful. You're a team. You can work as a team. And yeah, there's work to be done. You can work as a team. Rome wasn't built in a day. And if you are going to build an empire, you need to build it diligently. You need to put the footwork in. You need to build it diligently, carefully, thoughtfully, humbly, and pay attention to the details. Take it step by step. You need to enjoy the journey, not be in a rush to achieve. Hold the end goal in mind. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So hold the end goal in mind. Be clear about what you wish to achieve. Keep that focus. Don't be daunted by the enormity of your dream or your vision. Hold your confidence in this, because actually this is one of those relationships which really can achieve that goal. This is one of those collaborations, but it needs to be built carefully, meticulously, one step at a time, with an energy of enjoyment, an energy of owning and loving the stuff that you can create, that you can build together. This is building a world together, whatever the empire is about, whether this is a personal world in which your circumstances, your family, your home, you get the end goal, you achieve what you wanted, you can have that, plenty of material things. If it's a working alliance, we're seeing a huge amount of success here. Success, victory, public recognition. Yeah, you can handle this. You can do this. You can have this. This is stunning. Reading number 3. Absolutely stunning. It's a definite yes, 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 with clear information, advice from Spirit saying, Take it one step at a time. Pay attention to the details. A sincere wish will be granted. Needle and thread. And this is interesting. I also want to say needle and thread here. If you have ever thought, will I ever find somebody that I could either live with or work with or have a business relationship with, or a friendship of the kind that I really want, and you think, gosh, it's like a needle in a haystack trying to find the right person, I think you just found them. This is the needle in the haystack. So this is super. Needle in the haystack, but take it one step at a time. Any problems, you'll overcome them as long as you approach it steadily. Success, leadership, visibility, handling it all, having it all. But there is a humbleness here which I am loving as well. It is as if I'm seeing you doing a lot of good with this work, with this as well. This is interesting because this sort of a theme came up in another reading recently. So, and if that reading was for you and it's resonating with you, and you're picking up on it, then yeah, maybe the two readings are coming in. But the theme here was to do with success. It was to do with success, and also success on a grand scale. So you were able to become quite altruistic. It was like we were seeing the opportunity to have a level of success that would mean you could set up a charity, for example, or you could invest in so much more than just yourself. And in this instance, this is the partnership where you can create and generate so much that you can become very benevolent. There is a humbleness here, which I am loving. A real sense of gratitude and appreciation. And you know how sometimes you meet someone who has achieved a vast amount of material success, and we meet some people who have a lot of cash and they're not really looking after it very well. They're greedy, they're selfish, and you just think, what a shame. The money's in the wrong hands. But this is a reading where the money's in the right hands. It's like the two of you together. Not only can you generate this, whether it's your support of each other from your home base, I do strongly think you may end up working together, even if you are a couple, you know, a romantic couple. However you look at it, not only can you achieve this, but there is a humbleness and a gratefulness that comes with this, which enables you to share your resources and handle what that means. If we are very successful in life, I say that, that's a very vast royal we for those that are. I am not personally in that position in a monetary way, but for people who are very successful financially, it comes, I'm seeing with you guys, it comes with a sense of responsibility, and you're able to handle it. You're able to use that position of responsibility well. There's no, you'll be able to use your resources really wisely, and there is a humbleness around you that is absolutely gorgeous. Reading number 3, I'm not going to draw any more cards. Your reading feels absolutely complete. I am loving it. Don't be afraid to put in the hard graft, because it's going to reward you. Absolutely. And yes, if you are having any doubts around this, you're thinking, can I be really confident about having these big dreams with this person? Absolutely, yes, you can. Because this is that needle in a haystack. If you're sitting there thinking this might be too good to be true, can I really trust that this will be okay to move forward? Should I really connect with this person? Absolutely, absolutely. The path you must follow, wholeness. It's almost as if you do make one another whole. You come together. It's like there's a completeness between you. Sometimes we do meet someone, don't we, where the two halves make a whole, and this is the connection. Whatever this relationship is about for you, whether it is personal, working, or otherwise. But yeah, there is a sense of wholeness coming together, and it's absolutely awesome. really, I mean, you honestly, you can just it's like you can materialize stuff together. Loving it. Reading number 3, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you all of you for subscribing, liking, sharing. It really does help to support the channel and helps to support me in continuing to put free stuff into the world. I do post all zodiac sign readings on my Patreon community. It's a different site. It relies on donations, and there are but there are no advertisements there at all on the videos. And if you would like here on YouTube to get all of the readings as soon as I post them, I post on Tuesdays, Fridays, usually Saturdays as well, and always without fail on a Sunday, because Sunday is a day when I have a very special set of readings. I post them very early in the morning usually, and we ask for immediate guidance from Spirit. What does Spirit want you to know right now, and what will Spirit give you the heads up about for the coming week? These are posted every Sunday very specifically so that you get that guidance ahead of time for the coming week, so you can really be helped to navigate anything that you are working on in your own personal world and in your manifestations. So super souls, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. I will put all the links to anything and everything that might be relevant. The timeless readings like this one that answers a very specific question, I put those into a timeless readings playlist as well. So do check those out and check out the playlist, because there are readings there that ask so many questions, and they're there as a resource really. So do touch base with them as and when you need them. You know, a yes or a no, or how will this pan out? All sorts of specific questions. Reading number 3, I am just over the moon for you. It's really, the energy around you is stunning. It's both, it feels fulfilling. That is the word. If I was going to describe your reading with a word, it would be fulfillment. Yes, that's it. Fulfillment. And it feels gorgeous and yet solid and steady. It's not airy fairy exciting gorgeous, it's real. Absolutely stunning. Tons and tons of love to you.